OK, well, I'm delighted to say that Selman joins me again in the studio for more analysis on the election. He's a human rights researcher at the Foundation for Political, Economic and Social Research. Selman, let's just go through some of those numbers. Now, in June's election, we saw the HDP have a very good percentage of 13.12%, and that changed dramatically the AK Party's majority. This time round, and we can only speculate because those votes are changing, they will fluctuate throughout the night. So far, the percentage is only 10%. Why do you think that might be?
Actually, it's a little bit early, quite early to talk about results, but it's not, we cannot say that there is a dramatic, as you said, decrease of the votes from the opposition parties. The main reason is the security concern in Turkey, as all the people can assess it very easily. Because of the close collaboration and cooperation is very overt between the HDP and some PKK supporters. This dramatic decrease for HDP, I think it's very overt as a reason. And also for the other opposition parties, we also see some kind of uncompromising attitude for the coalition talks.
I mean, it is quite early to make those speculations because the voting is still going on. However, as the numbers stand, it is unlikely that the HDP is going to make the national threshold if we take these percentages as they are. The AK Party 51, the CHP 23, the MHP 12%. Let's talk about the MHP. They had a 16.29% in June, 7th of June 2015. At the moment, they're only on 12%. They obviously refused to go into the government with the AK Party. So what did they kind of miss out on, do you think, in terms of their manifesto in trying to...
For National Movements Party we are talking.
Yes.
Yeah, the main reason is their attitude about the coalition talks. For the president of the National Movement Party, Mr. Bahçeli, they named the people, the columnists, the people who are dealing with the politics in Turkey, they named him as Mr. No. So, because of his attitude related to coalition talks, he said no to everything. Even for the snap elections, he said no. So, it's a big problem for the supporters of this party, the National Movements Party. So, people in Turkey, they don't want to see conformist attitude. This is a very key word in Turkey. So, as you said, the political tone, the approach to political streams in Turkey, it has changed because the people, they just don't want to see some major problems like security concern and economic problems. So if you say no to everything, this is not just my personal idea, this is a very common idea because for snap elections and also for the collapsing of the talks, when we take a look from those problems, we saw this kind of conformist attitude. So this was the main problem.
The AK Party, as I said, is currently on 51%. Do you think they will be breathing a sigh of relief because they are unlikely to have to make a compromise again? You know, they had to, in the last election, get on board another party, whereas now they may well have a majority in their sights.
Yeah. So for AK Party, it's a new term, I think. This is I think maybe a last chance for AK Party because from the last, compared to last election, something has changed, especially the economic problems and the security problems in Turkey. The people, they just don't want to see those kind of problems for the future of Turkey, and they just want to see some some very distinctive changes. And for AK Party, I think a new and very critical term just starting.
But with regard, let's talk about some of the issues that the AK Party are going to be looking at. We mentioned security. Obviously, there is the issue of the PKK and obviously ISIS, who's on the doorstep of Turkey in Turkey as well, but also in neighbouring Syria. Then we have the refugee crisis. Turkey is hosting more than 2.2 million and has been in talks with the EU and trying to get some financial aid in order to be able to support those refugees. Are those the sorts of issues, do you think, that have managed to kind of sway the voting public, that they believe that the AK Party can resolve those problems?
I don't think those are very decisive reasons for the voters to vote for a party. Yeah, Syrian refugees, it's a very critical point for AK Party. for the external relations of Turkey. But for people who are living in Turkey, they're thinking about their pocket. It's so over. They just want to see the economic stability in Turkey, and they just don't want to see some bombs exploding in the center of Ankara, the capital of Turkey, and they just don't want to see the collapsing of the peace process in Turkey. Those issues that you mentioned about, I think the people are not so concerned about it,
Okay.
about them.
Selman, we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.